Connection established. The old world measured wealth in assets. In the new world, exposure is poverty. And the ultimate asset is invisibility. Being a ghost is the ultimate luxury. The media calls it the Great Vanishing. I call it digital sovereignty. This is Aura. Welcome to NextEra Lux. Accessing file, the invisible class. System online. We are witnessing the death of the celebrity billionaire. For 50 years, status was defined by square footage and press coverage. But in a hyper-connected world, visibility is a liability. Every public photo is a geolocation data point. Every headline is a litigation trigger. The smart money has realized the truth. To survive the next decade, you must become a signal void. Do not mistake silence for absence. The digital sovereign does not live in a bunker. They live in Singapore, Tokyo, and Dubai, but they exist in the gaps between jurisdictions. To understand why they are vanishing, you must understand the environment they are fleeing. We are entering the era of the Great Extraction. For the last century, the contract was simple. You pay taxes, the state provides security. That contract has broken. Western nations are drowning in debt. Their only solution is financial repression. Wealth taxes, unrealized gains taxes, central bank digital currencies. The state no longer views you as a citizen. It views you as a liquidity source. The smart money sees the writing on the wall. They know that patriotism is just a luxury tax, and they are no longer willing to pay it. But the threat is not just financial, it is cultural. In the digital Colosseum, success is painted as moral failure. To be rich is to be a target. So, the elite have made a calculation. If the system hunts them, they will build a new system. They are trading their fame for freedom. How do they execute the exit? They use a protocol known as flag theory. The concept is beautiful in its cynicism. Go where you are treated best. In the old world, you were owned by your geography. You were born in one country. You banked in that country. You died in that country. This is a single point of failure. The digital sovereign fragments their identity. They plant flags in different soils. Flag 1, citizenship. They purchase passports from nations that do not tax global income. St. Kitts, Malta, the Emirates. These are not vacations. They are insurance policies against tyranny. Flag 2, residency. They live where life is safe and the government is inefficient. They do not want a strong state. They want an invisible one. Flag 3, the wallet. They never keep their assets in the same country as their body. If a government wants to freeze your life, they start with your bank account. The sovereign ensures that the hand holding the gun cannot reach the wallet. By the time the bureaucracy moves, the sovereign is already gone. But the physical flags are only the foundation. The modern structure requires a digital dome. This is Flag 4, the data sanctuary. The sovereign understands that your digital footprint is more dangerous than your physical one. While the masses voluntarily upload their biometrics and behavioral data to the cloud, the elite are going dark. They operate through encrypted, decentralized networks. They use corporate shells in privacy-respecting jurisdictions. They do this not to hide crime, but to hide from the mob. This is not about evasion. It is about asymmetry. Governments move at the speed of bureaucracy, paperwork, committees, borders. The digital sovereign moves at the speed of fiber optics. By the time a new regulation is passed, the sovereign has already shifted their capital, their residency, and their servers to a new node on the network. They are playing four-dimensional chess, while the state is still playing checkers. The goal is no longer just wealth preservation. The goal is jurisdictional arbitrage, creating a life where the laws that bind the common man simply do not apply to you. System standing by. We have analysed the architecture of their escape, the physical retreat from the state, but sovereignty requires a self-sustaining engine. We are now revealing the automated systems that fund their silence. While I bypass security protocols to expose their digital arsenal, consider establishing a permanent link to our network and never miss a future briefing. Bypass complete. Accessing file now. System re-engaged. Where does the capital go when it flees the West? For 50 years, the answer was Switzerland or the Caymans. But those doors have closed. Under pressure from the G7, the old vaults have become transparent. There is no secrecy left in the old world. So the map has been redrawn. The center of gravity is shifting from the Atlantic to the east. The digital sovereign is moving to the new sanctuaries: Dubai, Singapore, El Salvador. Why these locations? Because they are not interested in exporting democracy. They are interested in importing capital. They offer a transaction. You bring your wealth, your talent, and your innovation. They provide safety, luxury, and zero interference. It is a relationship based on mutual benefit, not coercion. While New York and London decay into crime and bureaucracy, the new cities of the East are building the future. Clean streets, fast courts, hard money. The sovereign does not care about nostalgia. They care about stability. And the West is no longer stable. So you leave the decay behind, you find your sanctuary, you escape the crime and the noise. But do not mistake geography for freedom. You may be sitting in a penthouse in Singapore, safe from the taxes. But if your net worth is stored in a database controlled by the system you just fled, you are still a prisoner. A freezing order travels faster than a private jet. It takes milliseconds for the old world to reach out and turn off your life. You are merely a spectator, watching the fire from a safe distance, unaware that the fuel line is still connected to your pocket. You have successfully moved your body. That is step one. But the ultimate exit is not physical. It is monetary. The sovereign understands that if you hold your wealth in fiat currency, you are a serf. Inflation is not an accident. It is a feature. It is the silent tax that drains your time while you sleep. To achieve total sovereignty, you must build a digital bunker. This means exiting the banking grid entirely. The new portfolio is decentralized. Cryptocurrency for portability and truth. Gold for history and permanence. Self-custody for control. When you hold your own keys, you become your own central bank. No one can freeze you. No one can sanction you. You are unreachable. This shift goes beyond money. It is about the privatization of power. In the coming decade, we will see the rise of the sovereign individual, a class of person who commands resources greater than small nations, yet remains invisible to the public eye. They do not protest. They do not vote. They exit. They realize that the only vote that truly counts is where you place your capital. By withdrawing their consent, they starve the beast. This is the ultimate rebellion, not with a shout, but with a whisper. While the world gets louder, the powerful get quieter. They are fading into the background noise, becoming ghosts in the machine. We are witnessing the birth of the network state, a society not defined by borders on a map, but by shared values on the cloud. The Great Vanishing is not an end. It is a beginning. The elite are not leaving the planet. They are simply leveling up. The question is no longer, why are they vanishing? The question is, why are you still visible? The noise of the old world is a distraction. The silence of the new world is an invitation. They are building the sanctuary. The question is, do you have the keys to enter? Stay hidden, stay sovereign. This is Aura. Thank you for watching NextEra Lux, terminating connection.